to do it on kind of paper type of thing. So here we go. Hide. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so when we have problems like this, we have to figure out, okay, which one of these at the top goes with which one. Now the first two are pretty easy because they're horizontal and vertical lines. This one is a horizontal or vertical line. Y is greater than 3. Y is horizontal. X is vertical. If x equals a number, it's vertical. If y equals a number, it's horizontal. So y is horizontal. Y goes to 3, goes right down here to this one. That's my inequality. Now we also have to say whether the boundary is included or excluded. Well, in this case, the boundary is going to be excluded because it's greater than. It's not greater than or equal to. It's just greater than. Okay, the next one. X and 2 is right here because x is vertical. And it's included or excluded? It's included. Okay, it's included. Now, we have two parabolas there. Okay? So which equations up here are of parabolas? 1, 2, 3, 4 of those equations. Which ones are parabolas? This one's a parabola, right? And it's a parabola that would open up or down? Down. Since x is negative, it would open down. And since it is equal to, the boundary is included. So our other parabola is this one. And since it's greater than, it would be excluded. All right. And then our circle is excluded. And that one is included. Well done, Mr. Bierschbach. All right. So what do we say about x being alone? It is a horizontal or vertical line? Vertical line. So you just grab a vertical line and you put it in. And then, since it's greater than or equal to, will it be dashed or solid? Solid, and then you use a paint bucket to shade the side which it is. Okay? All right. Now, when we have a problem like this, 3x plus 4y equals 12. Put a 0 in for x. If I put a 0 in for x, I get 4y equals 12, right? 4 times what equals 12? 4 times 3 equals 12. So I'm going to have a point at 0, 3. And then I put a 0 in for y. Okay? 3 times what equals 12? 4. So the other one is 4. That's how I can do it quickly. Now, I have to have a checkpoint. What's my checkpoint in this case? What's the easiest checkpoint to have? And the answer is 0, 0. That's the easiest one to have. So if I put in 0 for x and 0 for y, 0 plus 0, is that less than or equal to 12? Yes, 0 is less than or equal to 12. So I paint on the side of 0, 0. That's why I use 0, 0 as a checkpoint. Okay? If the line goes through 0, 0, I can't use 0, 0 as a checkpoint. I have to use some point on one side of the line or the other. Okay? I checked my answer. Nice work, Mr. Bierschbach. Now on this one, I have what's called a parabola because it's y equals x squared. So I'm going to graph a parabola. Now, I grab my parabola. Since it's x squared, it's an up and down parabola, not a side-to-side parabola. So y equals x squared plus 4. Well, y equals x squared plus 4 is 0, 4. And then I go over 1, up 1. Because my a is 1. My a would be 2. I'd go over 1, up 2. If my a was 4, I go over 1, up 4 from my first point. Now I check 0, 0 again. Oh, and this is a dash line, so I hit the dash line. Okay, then I check 0, 0 again. Is 0 less than 0 squared plus 4? Yes, it is. So since 0, 0 works, I'll paint where 0, 0 is, so it looks like that. Okay, this would be a circle, and you do a circle graph. So x squared plus y squared equals 36. So then, how big is your circle? What's the radius of your circle? If x squared plus y squared equals 36, it would be 6. So I put a point there, put a point there. It makes a circle for you. Is it dashed or solid? Solid. If you check 0, 0, is 0 plus 0 bigger than 36? No. So 0, 0 doesn't work, so it would be shaded on the outside. Okay. Now if I have multiple equations, okay, I graph them both. Okay, so 3x minus 4y equals 12. I'll slide this over. 3x minus 4y equals 12. So 0, negative 3, and 4, 0 is graphed, and that's a solid line. My other line is at 0, negative 5, and then 2, 0. And then I check 0, 0 on my top line. Does 0, 0 work for my top line? Is 0 plus 0 less than 12? Yep. So for my first line, this one that goes flatter across, it's shaded on the side of 0, 0. For my other line, does 0, 0 work? No, it doesn't. So I'm shaded to the other side. So if I'm above the flatter line and to the right of the other line, I must be right in here. So that's where it's double shaded. Now, one thing I forgot is on this line right here, it needs to be dashed. Okay. So then the rest of them, okay. So I'll skip 7, make you figure out 7 on your own. 8, x is bigger than 0, y is bigger than 0, 6x plus 2y is less than 12. So if 6x plus 2y is less than 12, I put in 0 for x, get 6 for y, 2 for x, get 0 for y. So I got a horizontal line, a vertical line. I got a line that goes through 2, 0, and 6, 0, or 0, 6, 2, 0, and 0, 6. And then a line that goes through 3, 0, and 0, 4, 3, 0, 0, 4. And then these two are shaded towards 0, 0. The other two are not, so it should be right in there. Nine is like that as well. And 10, you have to figure out using, information like this. So, yeah, let me do this one quick. 9 X plus y equals 8. So 40 or 8008. 8008. X minus 4y equals 0. So it's 0, 0 for that one. And then if x is 4, y would be 1. If x is 4, y would be 1. So it'd look like that. And it's bigger than 0. So we need a vertical line and a horizontal line. So then I think it's just in this area here. Less than that. Let's try that. See if that works. That might be wrong. Nope, that's right. And then it asks for the minimum is at what? So we have to try the point where these cross at. So if you put 0 and 0 into this objective function, because that's where they cross at, 0, 0 gives me a 0. So that'll be the minimum that'll happen. 0, 0 will happen. Oh, the minimum of 0 will happen at 0, 0. That's where I want to be. Because 0, 0, if you put it into the function, it'll give you 0. And if it asks for the maximum, now you have to put 8, 0 into this function and you get 24. And where these two cross is like 6.2 and 1.8. If you put 6.2 in here, you get, about, that's going to be really close. I wonder where these cross. I suppose if I solve them simultaneously, here I'm going to run to here. I'm going to make a new page. And I'm going to slide this over a little bit. Solve them simultaneously. X plus y equals 8. X minus 4y equals 0. So if we multiply this one by -1, I get 5y equals 8. Y equals 8/5. If you stick it in there, 8x plus 8/5 equals 8. X equals 8 minus 8/5. This is 40/5 minus 8/5 is 32/5. So then if we stick that into the objective function there, the 3x plus 5y, 3 times 32/5 plus 5 times 8/5. We want to see what number that gives us. So 96/5 plus 8 equals 96/5 is 19.2 plus 8 is 27.2. And then our other point that we had crossed at 0.8. So 0.8 gives us 40, because we put 0 and 8 in here. So our maximum would be 40, because our other one was, 27 point whatever. 40 at 0.8 is our maximum. Okay? And the last question, you're taking that kind of information and you're plugging it into this. Okay? And I'm going to let you see if you can figure that one out yourselves. Okay? So do the best you can. Though there's like 10 questions, so you got another 25 minutes to work. So